What's up there, YouTube? Section 333 here. How you doing? Smoking the... what is this? The Savinelli 321. This is the Impero Rusticated. It's a beautiful pipe, actually. I've did a box opening with this. I got it at Pipe Nook. Thank you, Eddie Gray, for turning me on to these. It's the OMS coffee mug. This mug is it's actually not as big as you would think it is. It's actually a small mug, as you can see next to myself there. I am not drinking coffee right now because it's a little late in the afternoon. It is about 4:39, and yes, it's this dark out. I should probably wear a lighter shirt so you can actually see me. So, what are we doing? I was just doing some yard work out here, and we had a recent snowfall. So I was doing some yard work because we had a lot of tree branches fell. You know, we have a beautiful red maple in our front yard, but one of the larger branches on it fell. I guess the weight of the snow cracked it. So I was just sawing that up using the trusty Silky Boy here, and it was a thick branch. It was about like a good 6 inches wide and about like 14 feet long. So I cut that up, split it up. It was relatively green, so obviously I'm not going to use it for fire. I'm going to season it out for a year, let it dry out. I got some firewood. It's been seasoning for about a year now over on the other side of the yard. It's what is it? 3 cords actually. 4 cords. Actually, it's actually 4 cords. Seasoned. I got it tarped stuff so it doesn't get too wet. So I'll probably burn that this winter. And probably not all of it either. I kind of like it a little on the cooler side in the house. So does the wife now. Yeah. So what am I chooching on here? Frog Morton cellar. No, not Frog Morton cellar. Frog Morton, McClelland. Original frog on a log. And the reason why I'm doing that is the original frog on a log is because prior to the other day, I had realized I have never smoked a tin of this. Even though I have several tins of it. And right before McClelland went out of business, I think I ordered every blend they had in stock. And I got them all sent to my house. Like I said, it was the largest order I ever did. I did a video on it. The other day, just tell you about this a little bit. I'm sure you've all seen reviews on it. It has that dried fruit, almost like a Kentucky Darkfire scent to it, but there's no Kentucky Darkfire in it. It is a mellow Latakia blend, if anything, but it's got that dried fruit slash Virginia hay sweetness going on. Very good tin note, and I'll tell you, it does not disappoint, just like any of the other McClellands I've tried. This is one of the blends where the sweetness of the Virginias mixes so well with the with the Latakias, and the smoke from the Latakia is actually sweet. Very good retro hail. So, yeah, I pointed out the mug before from OMS. The pipe I wanted was out of stock, but I'm going to get that pipe. So, I got this mug, though, instead. And I like the mug. It's, oddly enough, it's made by the same company, Deneen Pottery or something like that. This is the same company that makes the mug for Death Wish coffee as well. I don't know if OMS coffee and Death Wish coffee are the same coffee or not. I don't know. But their mugs are made by the same people. I looked at the bottom of both mugs in the exact same, and very similar style too. This is really good. The other day, I actually, and there's a post of this on my Instagram page too, if you want to check that out. I think the first day I smoked it, I think I smoked it in the Porter Servo with Savinelli on a Thursday or something, for 320 Thursday. Oh, this is really good. So, one of the things with this is like I said, one of the things with this particular tobacco is obviously you can't get it anymore because McClelland went out of business. But the other thing that has happened is people are selling it on eBay. The other day I hooked up with a guy on Instagram. We both follow each other's pages, and he's a pipe smoker too. So we came across each other's pages, and he has 3 tins of Frog Morton Cellar for sale. I have many tins of Frog Morton Cellar as well, and evidently he does as well. And he says he has more than he's ever going to smoke. He doesn't want to separate the 3 of them, which that I don't understand. He probably can get more selling them each separately. But he was selling the 3 tins, 100-gram tins too, for $150 for the set. I just didn't, you know, it's, you know, you can get 8 ounces of Penzance for about $150. Granted, this was more than 8 ounces. Yeah. It's so tough to make that decision. It's a lot of money to spend on tobacco for 3 tins. You know, I could see a $300 order where you get a bunch of tins all sent to your house, something like that, or a $150 order where you get a bunch of things sent to the house. That was just a lot. He's even throwing in a pipe, though, he said. I can't remember his name on Instagram, though. But I just thought that was a lot of money to spend on pipe tobacco for 3 tins. And you're going to get 3 tins, you want to get, you know, 3 tins, you know. 3 tins, $150. That's a lot, right? Oh, the raccoons are out. It's not even that dark out yet. The raccoons are out already. But, so, I actually contemplated doing this review, but I said, you know what, it's what I'm smoking right now, so I'll smoke it on the channel. What the heck? I was doing a lot of yard work today, though. Um, put the chairs away for the outdoor dining set, which is covered now. I cover over it. I covered the outdoor fireplace, the gas fireplaces. I covered both of them, but the gas one I'm not going to use any longer for the winter. I covered the little living room furniture. I took in all the umbrellas. The umbrellas are all in the shed. Pool's covered. I didn't do that. Somebody else covered the pool. But everything's like winterized. We had a first snowfall last Thursday. It was quite eventful, actually. A lot of people had issues with travel. I know my own wife, she had a 15-minute ride to work, and it took her 2 hours almost to get to where she had to be. I think she said she left at 4:30, didn't get there till about 6:15, 6:30 almost. So the travel was way up, which I don't understand. I mean, actually I do understand it. You know, just because you have a Jeep or four-wheel drive vehicle, a lot of people don't know how to drive them. And they get in accidents with them because they think, oh, I got four-wheel drive. I can drive 60 miles an hour on the parkway. You cannot. All right? You also have to remember that your big SUV has four wheels on it. And yes, you have four-wheel drive, so you're getting plenty of traction when you're driving. But it has a lot of weight, and weight is difficult to stop in the snow. So, so you have to know what you're doing with the car as well. You know, anti-lock brakes they're all right, but they're only all right, and they're not foolproof. And, yeah, you just got to be careful out there in the snow. And people also take roads that they know that they shouldn't be taking either, too. You know, I mean, over by where we work, there's a huge hill that when it rains, it's difficult for some cars to get up. You don't go up it in the snow. That's just silly. But also the police know this too, and you think the police would shut the road down right away once the snow starts and notify the hospital that we work at, that it's so that they can make an overhead announcement, tell people not to take that road. Because then what happens is people take that road and they get stuck up there, or they get that now they got to turn around, and it's a big orchestration, and it can take hours because of that. They don't do this. It's frustrating sometimes when you don't see forethought, and when you can see a problem, and you can see that nobody does anything about a problem. What are you going to do? So, let's get back to the important stuff. McClelland Frog Morton. Frog on a log. It's got the same course cut that you normally would see with McClelland. But that's alright. The smoking mechanics are awesome. Great tin note, and you get that great flavor. The retro hail from the Latakia in this is just stunning, really is. It is such a good all-day smoke. I remember I did a review recently of blend number 5 by Sutliff Private Stock. And I compared it as a good all-day smoke, similar to Frog Morton. I hadn't had any Frog Morton anything in a while. I compared it to Frog Morton Cellar, but I hadn't had any of that in a while either. No comparison, really. I mean, it's a far comparison. You know, it's like one of those things where you have a Chrysler 300 back in the mid 2000s, early 2000s, Chrysler 3000 or 300. Everybody says, "Oh my God, that looks so much like a Bentley," and it did till you got next to a Bentley. That's what's happening here. The blend number 5 by Sutliff is so similar till you actually smoke this, and then it reminds you of how dissimilar the two are. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is a very this is an ideal all-day smoke. It really is. This is I could see someone smoking this all day easily. Although I recently met a gentleman who smokes nightcap all day long. Wow. That was impressive. But that's his daily smoke, his nightcap. You know what I thought would happen more with McClelland? People would trade. Let's say you liked Dunhill. A particular Dunhill blend. I had several tins of that Dunhill blend. That people would trade tins of Dunhill for tins of McClelland, or tins of Penzance for tins of McClelland, and things like that. Or Saint Germain flake. I think eBay has gone crazy with this. The other day I saw a guy had... What did he have? He had... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 tins of tobacco. There was some Saint Germain brown flake. There was Esoterica Pembroke. There was a couple tins of Anniversary McClelland. A couple tins of Frog Morton Cellar. It was like 12 tins, 16 tins. Might have been 16 tins, but he wanted $1,200 for all the tins. That's ridiculous. Come on, man. You know? You get a bottle of... You realize you could get 2 bottles of Pappy Van Winkle's 23-year-old bourbon for a similar price. Not internet prices. I mean, yes, you can find it for $3,000, but if you go to most liquor stores, it's about $700 a bottle. You know, you can get 2 bottles of that for what this guy was offering. People get ridiculous with things, I think. For collecting, and, I initially thought, like, eBay was supposed to be like a garage sale, people getting rid of their stuff. Craigslist was more like that than anything else. I think eBay wound up becoming a collector's place, and people sell things at very exorbitant prices, and it's easy to get scammed on eBay. So I kind of stay away from it. What are you gonna do? Listen, thank you so much for joining us. It's getting dark as hell out here. You guys have a good night. This is Section 333 signing out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the Instagram page. All right, y'all be good.